the Mayor of the City and County of Honolulu, the Honorable Kirk Caldwell.
Good morning and aloha. Aloha. I tell you, every time I come up here, I feel emotional. I feel chicken skin. Yesterday, I drove up here in the late afternoon to thank the scouts, 2,500 of them, who are up here putting lei on every single grave. Then give them a round of applause. And I walked the grounds. I walked over and I said hi to Ellison. It's an amazing, amazing grave site for him. Whenever I go there, there are lei, lots of them. People remember and people continue to come. And then just to the right of Ellison is Ernie Pyle, between two unknowns. A man who covered the war on the front line and said that if he was killed in that war, he wanted to be buried between the two unknowns. He was killed in Okinawa in the final days of the war by a sniper. He resides here. And then I wanted to go over and see our senior senator, Dan Keanoe. And as we walked through the grass, I walked by tens and tens and tens of graves of our 100th and 442 men, killed, it seemed like a lot in 1944. And I saw the flags and the lei. I think this is a unique place, unique in all the world. We just have two national cemeteries in the United States of America. One here at Punch Bowl, of course the other one at Arlington. We have two others, one in Normandy, which is a very moving place to go, and one in the Philippines. But at no cemetery do we put lei on each and every grave. And for those who make lei, they know that you go out and you have to pick the flowers, and you have to string those flowers. And as you do, you're putting your love, your mana, your thought into this lei. And in turn, imparting that love and your gratitude to the men and women who served, who are buried here at Punch Bowl. We asked for 38,000 lei. We got 43,000. They came from all over the state, every single island, delivered to firehouses, delivered to satellite city halls, and brought here. We had so many that we sent lei over to the Veterans Cemetery in Kaneohe, sharing that love. This is so unique in America. We are such a unique people here in Hawaii. Our story is different and yet much the same. And this is a very special place, a sacred place from the days of the native Hawaiians who had a heiau up here on the top of this hill. Each time I climb to this hill, a solemnness comes over me of the thoughts of where I'm heading and why. And I know you guys feel the same way. It's so very peaceful, so very beautiful. It's hard to reconcile the pain and the horror that our brave service members faced when they were in the midst of battle. And the last measures they took to reach this most hallowed ground. The family and friends they left behind to fight for all of us. You know, it's been said that a true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him. And just beyond where we sit today lies the headstones of sailors, soldiers, and Marines who died during the attack on Pearl Harbor 75 years ago, come this December. I wanted to share with you the stories of three men who are buried here in this cemetery. One is Private First Class William Robert Caddy, a young Marine on Iwo Jima who covered a hand grenade with his own body to save the lives of two others nearby. First Lieutenant George Ham Cannon, a person who, despite being mortally wounded, refused to leave his command post on Midway Island until his men were evacuated and communications were restored. And then there's Private Mikio Hashimoto, a young private of the 100th Infantry Battalion, who repelled an attack in Italy by charging the enemy, even though he and his fellow soldiers were badly outnumbered. Next day, the same private continued to repel another attack until he was killed by enemy fire. These are the stories of some of those who are buried here. These courageous acts give courage to others, to all of us, up until the very present time. In the battles being fought now in Iraq, Afghanistan, and other places in the Middle East and around the world. Good, decent, ordinary men who do great and incredible things in the face of hatred and evil. We owe it to them to take a few moments today to try and comprehend their last full measure of devotion. Abraham Lincoln, in his Gettysburg Address, didn't talk about sacrifice. Sacrifice is for victims. He said those men gave their last full measure of devotion, their last breath, their ha, for their country. And to tie it to this place, 119 Native Hawaiians gave their last breath fighting for the North in the Civil War. If you become still and listen, you hear doves, you hear minor birds, blue sky, green grass, beautiful mountains, the peace of this most sacred place. And if you really listen carefully, you can hear the voices. For me, it makes me think of that great poem in Flanders Fields. And I want to read it to you because it's most moving. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow, pink crosses row by row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch, be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields. This was written by Dr. John McCrae in 1915 after one of the great battles in Belgium. But it speaks to us to this day. We here today do not break faith with those who died. We accept the torch and hold it high. Aloha. Love all of you. Thank you so much.